two people just came up to me at the end of my set tonight and they were like, wow, we love bass music now. Like, we never heard it like that. And the excitement in that and the curiosity and, you know, those are things in the human spirit that we should keep alive, you know? If we just let people get comfortable and allow them to be closed off, expecting one thing every time, yeah, what are we doing then?
What made you say yes to coming to Bangladesh, playing in Breakfast Club?
I played in Bangladesh in 2024 and I have a very broad sound. I pride myself in being able to play quite a wide range of genres and being able to tempo switch within sets, and the crowd last time was super responsive to that, and yeah, any chance to come back and play for a crowd who understands that kind of mixing. I haven't worked with Breakfast Club yet. They had just come to Sri Lanka a few months ago and did Machan, the event with sick leave, and it just felt like a nice opportunity to strengthen the ties even further between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh.
You have played across multiple continents. Is there anything that you notice in the crowds in South Asia versus the crowds in West?
Effort that people put in when they come out here, I notice, is really high, and I love to see that. I think there's still a lot of curiosity in our crowds. A lot of people are still learning about especially alternative left field kind of styles of music, so that curiosity brings a really unique energy, you know, and I think in the West there's so much has been invested already into the scenes there, whereas here, yeah, there's this momentum, this playful, curious feeling in Bangladesh and in Sri Lanka, I would say.
When you came over here, I saw that you were putting an active effort in curating a journey, both within your set and how it was placed between the other sets. You're sort of here for the sound checks, looking at the artists playing before you. Why is crafting that journey important, especially in a festival setting?
Especially in a festival, you're a part of basically a huge set, right? You're like one song in a huge set, which is the entire experience, and you have the ability to make people feel things at that certain moment. Like I mentioned, for example, this is the beginning of the night, so you know, to get the energy going, to get people feeling motivated to stay up, to keep going. After Neda, she's predominantly a house DJ, and then now Ratna's playing. I knew he would do, you know, very bassy jungle, kind of experimental, as you can hear. So to be the bridge between these kind of two sounds was kind of my role, and that, yeah, I wanted to try and do that. I kind of bounced all over the place. Hopefully it worked. I don't know, you can tell me.
You say you're very genre fluid, but I still feel that there's this continuation, there's a story, there's a journey within your set. How do you balance that?
That's a really good question. For me, as you said, genre isn't how I dictate my planning of the set. Energy really is. So yeah, there could be a song that's 130 BPM that has the same energy as a song that's 140 BPM. And for me, the craft, the artwork is how do you make those two things that are different work alongside each other, because the energy is synonymous. So you can still build with these two very different blocks. So yeah, I think that's always been my approach, to like really find music that I think people will relate to and then see how I can fit it together energetically. Even if there is style difference or tempo difference, I believe you can always make it work if you do the right, you know, make the right choices.
Can you tell us a bit about your personal projects, Collage, Bass Bridges, and what you're building in Sri Lanka?
With Collage, it's place quality over anything, right? And I see that with Breakfast Club as well, and with even Hatch, and even with Bye Bye, you know, these collectives in Bangladesh where the artist experience, the sound system quality, the stage design, all of these details are invested in, right? And you see the people are interested, people see that effort and then they want to come again. So I think that's happening in both Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. With Collage, it's very multi-genre as well. You know, we try to be open-minded with sound, which happens here as well. Bass Bridges specifically is, you know, trying to promote more bass music, because in Sri Lanka we don't have that scene yet. Bass Bridges, we only book artists from Asia. It's called Bass Bridges because we're trying to build bridges between Asia, going back to what we were saying earlier. We try to be plastic free. It's a big one, something I would love to see more here, honestly. Both two times I've come to Bangladesh, I've noticed that there's a lot of, you know, waste. Because, you know, if we don't do it, who is going to?
When you talk about collage, you mentioned ear expansion a lot. What does it mean to you?
With every art form, there is commercialization, commodification, and monopolization of the scene. So you see one sound being repeated over and over again. Whatever that sound is here, I'm not sure. In Sri Lanka, I know what it is. No need to name names. But when people can't be open-minded to different sounds, two people just came up to me at the end of my set tonight and they were like, wow, we love bass music now. Like, we never heard it like that. And the excitement in that and the curiosity and, those are things in the human spirit that we should keep alive, If we just let people get comfortable and allow them to be closed off and expecting one thing every time, what are we doing then,
You mentioned that when you started bass bridges 2 years ago in Sri Lanka, bass music was not very accepted. And now there's an expansion of that. And I think even for Breakfast Club, we could not have predicted that so many people would be listening to music like this.
That's something to be proud of.
We are super proud of that.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
What advice would you give in terms of educating both artists and audiences in a new scene?
I think the one message I have to promoters and artists is really to continue to support each other, because it's very easy to let the ego get in the way and feel a sense of competition. Yeah, and same with the audience, keep going to different things. Don't feel this sense of, loyalty and all. I guess my point is just to remember the root, which is the music, right? And the things that it gives people. That would be my message.
Is there any particular artist, either from South Asia or anywhere, that you think people should check out?
No, I do. I really do have to shout out my own here. People should be really keeping an eye on Dayaja, Kudupatam, Sturdy, Andrew, just artists from Sri Lanka that haven't yet played outside, but they're really cool and people should keep an eye on them. We also hosted Ezra from Philippines for the last bass bridges, and she's amazing. She blew us away, and I hope that she can also travel more in the region and play.
What do you feel about this festival, and what are you expecting for the rest of the night?
Looking forward to seeing the main stage, because we've been obviously at the Owl stage for the whole night so far. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to looking at the visuals. I mean, the visuals on the main stage look crazy with the tiger and the fog and everything. I did as well to hear Kevin play. I haven't heard him yet. Boogaloo Jones, he's going to close the festival, right? Yeah, so he's going to play a bit of vinyl. He said he's going to do some hip-hop. I love to hear that. Thank you for having me and for inviting me back. I hope to play in Bangladesh, honestly, throughout my life, because the people here are just, you're very lucky to have people like that in your music community, so thank you.